Hope you're doing as well as possible in these times of change, and quite rapid change, right? And if you are a little bit more open, sensitive, or just basically available to feel energies, I'm more than sure that all of you now are truly feeling that there is a new push surrounding us. So what is this push actually? What's its purpose? This energetic push, right? Well, it is for sure a part of the awakening process because, as the title is already saying, I was researching pretty much today when I was like in some meditation state, and I always am on the search for knowing more about myself, about consciousness, about all this life existence, and also through my work being a multidimensional healer, channeler, and so through my work with my clients, that what is it about that it's often really so hard to get out of this comfort zone, and as well, how did we at all get into a comfort zone? Was there a purpose? And why, again, why can't we move forward when we, for example, receive new possibilities or see visions or have those dreams, and we just kind of feel like sluggish and that it's so hard to just move out from that comfort zone. Now, again, today I was getting this quite deep information stream, and I wanted to share this with you because it might serve you in your situation now. And what was coming through is that every time we decide to not go, let's say now, for this big dream, and usually the big dream is really the dream from our heart space. So sometimes, we kind of dream about it, but going for the dream is something completely different. And then we have the word courage. Like, do we really need to be courageous to follow this big dream of our heart? Where is this coming from? This even idea that we need to be courageous and so on. And that's now the point which I was revealing today, and I thought, wow, quite a deep perception. And it was that longer, first of all, when we choose something which is kind of assisting us because, for example, you don't have more money, so you're just accepting less the situation, the apartment you're in, or maybe just some job you just taking it because you're in need and you need to kind of survive. So more we're doing all of this kind of compromises, right, more we're actually in a way denying our heart alignment. And for those who don't understand what means alignment, is actually that we all carry a particular frequency in our heart, which carries then again a soul plan. And when we are really following the heart step by step, what am I choosing today? What would I like to think today or share with others, etc. If we are not really following it from the heart, again, we are kind of moving away from this soul alignment. More we are in, so we are more really following that impulse for everything, for what I'm choosing, doing, which step, where to go, etc. More we are actually in that alignment, which is constantly supported. And this means from a higher perspective, from source supported, from spirit, from God, whatever your expression for that is, okay? Because that's what it's meant kind of unfold for you in this lifetime. And again, when we are aligned, then many things are just organically starting to roll out, really natural, coming onto our path. So we are not even truly needing to fight to survive, to stay on that path. But little things are constantly coming on that path, maybe people, situations, options, and so on. And that's the wonderful thing, which then gives us like a confirmation that we are still on that soul-aligned path, all right? Okay, but now back to this comfort zone. So more we are then just accepting this kind of situations, people, options, which we know because we always feel, this never goes away. But we can deny it, this we can, but we can always feel it, okay? And of course, when we deny it, we're not following it. So when we are kind of accepting more and more what is not really aligned, but just there to kind of move through life, to kind of survive, etc. Not only then we are then taking away another option which would be much more aligned for us, because then we already occupy that space by choosing this something else, right, which is less aligned. But as well, longer then we stay and we accept that state, this person, this situation, that job, that whatever relationship, etc. More we are in it, more we're starting to kind of get comfortable in it, because all right, it's not the best, but I'm kind of settling for it because for now it gave me some, basically, I'm gonna be now radical, some breadcrumbs, and maybe not the whole bread, but it's all right. So more we are doing that, more we are starting to believe in it. And when we start to believe in it, then we ourselves are building a grit, a reality that's all what life has to offer for us, yes, has to offer. So, and that's the point. So it's not ever that someone else is like binding us in those kind of illusionary or basically comfort zone spaces, but it's really us who are just then accepting it and starting to believe. And when we start to believe it, we start to live it, and when we start to live it, then we of course are very, very intertwined in that comfort zone. And we will always find then excuses why to stay. Maybe we can say, oh, it's my obligation, I can't move because there's no one else who might then take care for, let's say, for these older parents. Or, oh my God, I can't move away from that job because I gave my vow for always be there, or whatever, being now the one who sorts everything. Or no, I can't go for a bigger job because actually I don't feel that I'm good enough for it. And that's now something I so much are waiting now to share with you, because what truly was the trigger or that inspiration, motivation to share this with you today, what came through in my inner state, in my meditation, my channeling, was that longer we stay, not only that we start to believe it, and then we actually give a permission to the universe, to source, to God, that that's all what we actually are okay with. We don't need something bigger to come in, right? That's one perspective. And the second one is that longer we stay, and this one was new for me to discover today, our fuel of our passion for life, passion for what makes our heart sing, what basically turns on that flame in our heart, these dreams, these visions, these ideas, plans, So longer we stay in that compromised state, the flame towards that passion to life, to discover life, is really, really starting to become smaller and smaller and smaller. And when we are then in that state, for example, for many months, many years, in a particular situation, which we went into a compromise, that smaller that flame of what really would align with our heart, that what would really fulfill our heart, less we have actually the power, the willpower, the wish, the life energy to move out from that comfort zone. And that's the most main information coming today through that download. It's so important to understand. That's why we often still have the dream, or we wish and we dream about, but we are not doing the steps for it. Because inside you actually, from being so long in this compromise which was not aligned with you, were silently, with time, basically sucking our life force for moving towards our dreams out. But not that these people, situation, places, it's their fault. No. Just the compromise being for such a long time not aligned with our self. That's the self, that path, that soul path, right? But just doing something to survive and to be alive, etc., to exist, was actually silently taking away energy from us, because we were like investing it in so many things, but not in us. Because following, living by the soul, by the heart, is actually our fuel. Less we do that, more we actually exhausted, and more it's almost like leaking from our life force. And then not just leaking from our life force, but basically taking away that idea, that passion, that will, that we actually want to move towards something better, bigger. And then the next thing which happens, which was also discovered or uncovered today in my vision, in my download, was when then something big arrives, by being in the small flame, by being so exhausted, by actually gifting everyone, everything, so much of our own life attention, instead going towards our own self-soul path, when something big arrives then, because again, we are never forgotten, also not by source, by God, however you call it, so it will always show us still there are things which you can choose a path B, that then when it arrives, we will suddenly have, through this slow life force, through being basically tired, and even almost a little bit in amnesia what truly our path was once upon a time, maybe, or our dreams, what dreams I actually carried for a long time, but then actually more and more faded away because there was just so much attention to everything else. So when something comes in, something bigger, maybe even a part of that dream which you had, suddenly you feel it's too big, it's too good to be true, I'm not good enough. Just because we ourselves shrinked ourselves to that almost, and I'm hearing, because I'm, like I said, I'm channeler too, I'm hearing actually right now, we shrinked ourselves into this kind of slavery to that system, right? Not to the self, but to the system. So this means imagine when you're then in such a mindset, in such a feeling, in such a state, that someone is offering you the dream of your dreams, yeah, the situation which would really fulfill you, which you always dreamed about, but then suddenly it kicks in from being in this little position, completely dried out. Then of course you will have that mindset saying, oh my God, I can't, it's too big. I have not enough resources for that. And that's the point. When it comes on our path, it's not about then to say, can I already do it all at once? Because probably the answer will be no. Because we were so much exhausted from life, from anything, jaded even, right? Because we didn't follow. And it's okay, there is no judgment, but it's now the time of awakening more and more. So of course it will knock on your door and ask you if you're really there where you kind of still want to be, not where you think that you have to be, where you here want to be. So ask yourself these questions, and when something knocks on the door, probably there will be again, because we're almost not used that suddenly the dreams are appearing, the dreams which we would like to live. So maybe anxiety can come up again. All this mind chatters like, no, you were okay with the small life, with the small breadcrumbs of life, so just stay there, it's okay, you don't, go for something bigger. So when it comes, ask yourself, would the source within you, which we all carry, doesn't matter religion, color, form, age, would the source within you, because we are all divine, we are all carrying the source within, would you think that source would say, oh, I'm not able to do that, it's too big, it's too good, it's too great? If your answer is, of course not, source would never say that, then know that this is actually imprint our beautiful society, our beautiful human race is carrying within. And if you're not familiar what means imprint, it's like programs, ideas, how we were trained to think, trained to see ourselves, trained to basically not believe in our greatness. Because do you think that someone who is aware of themselves, aware how great they are, and not great in the sense of an ego state, but great as knowing that everything is possible if I'm actually here vibrating within source vibration, think about it, that of course then you wouldn't settle for less than breadcrumbs, you wouldn't settle for just some job which doesn't even give you any kind of inspiration, motivation. You wouldn't settle just for someone to be maybe even just intimate because you're afraid that you won't get someone more who really sees you, or you really values you, and you really feel that true love, all right? So these are just examples. So what we are actually in that process now, and it will become stronger and stronger, discovering again, is that it was an illusion, that even the, okay, can I say it? Let's say religion, yeah, I will not go on which religion, that religion and culture taught us that you have to be humble. Now that's a really, really tricky one, which I also discovered today. The heart is humble. But we don't need to be humble in accepting less than we actually would deserve. So this is another imprint which made us then accept this kind of compromises, accept that we are okay in these comfort zones, because it trained us to be all right with something little. And I will now maybe trigger a few of you who will watch that, because at the same time, and it's something for the spiritual community, because at the same time we will say, oh my God, you have to be grateful for the little things, because otherwise if you just aim for the big ones, then you are again in your ego. Now what I'm going to share here is really deeper than that, because again it was a trickstery on our mind, on our humble heart, which was created long time ago. Like I said, religions and the system who is actually or run that reality here for a long time, that making us believe that we should be okay with something little means that you're then a good person. Okay, so again, I don't want to lose you now with this explanation, but it really what it's happening here, it cut us away from the understanding that actually when you are source, there's eternal resource flowing through you, and you would never ever even need to be okay and fine with something little, which created then this kind of compromises and comfort zone. Because once again, this was all outer influence, and we are waking up now from that dream that many things were just not the truth. All right. And what was also connected with that, to say not just okay, be grateful for the little things, but we being in those compromises, being actually convinced that you should be okay and grateful for being there where you actually don't want to be, where it's actually not really your calling, where it's actually not really your place to be, but because you are actually just a little mechanism in this big mechanism here. So be grateful, because anyway, we are all feeding you in this big system here, so don't even think for aiming something bigger, right? So I really hope that you understand what I'm saying here, because it's super important. It's important because when you wake up, deeper wake up with your consciousness, you're gonna realize that these resources are not limited, and that they're not coming from outside, that they're not coming from the system, that they're not coming from your boss, that they're not coming from the money you're making, that they're not coming from your family, how much they love you or not. But we are waking up to this eternal abundance source within, which make us then realize that, oh my God, of course I can have endless, huge, massive, beautiful dreams, aim for them, and I'm even gonna manifest them. And that's the point. When we wake up again to that realization, to this understanding, it will push us with even joy and pleasure, with no fear anymore, to leave that comfort zone and push us through this kind of bubble of the comfort zone, out of it. Because inside here, it was constantly telling you, just accept what you have. It's enough for you. And you even settled for it, and you even start to believe in it. And then even if something bigger came, you felt, no, 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 I can't go out of this comfort zone. Everything outside there is already too big for me, and so on, right? So that's the push out, which we are now all gonna feel more and more, especially towards the Lion's Gate. For those who don't know, it's the 8th August, 8/8, together with 2024, it's another 8. So it's a huge portal. And lion, what does it feel for you when you say lion? What is the quality? Of course, it's like not just courageous, but taking this authority that you can, you always could. It was just a blind amnesia program to make you think that you're unable to follow your dreams, to leave that half compromised states and places and really have enough life force and will to go for it and fearless. And that's what I'm saying. When we are coming into that state of that you know that you're a living source here, not just that you don't even need to ask anyone and anything in this kind of system, because you are the supplier, right? You will bring it into reality through dreaming big, through believing in it, right? Then there is also no real courage needed. So even this courage is almost like a trickstery as well, because imagine that many who maybe feel more sensitive and so on, and constantly the spiritual community saying, oh, you need courage, you need courage. Of course, there's even more pressure building up then, and then, no, 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 I'm afraid of it, I can't do it. But when you realize who you are as this beautiful, living, divine being, carrying all these resources, then there is no courage needed, because you are the one creating everything, following your dreams, having endless resources for those dreams. And also, what I said on the beginning on the stream, you're then aligned with your soul plan. And this, again, soul plan is completely supported by source, energetically, by your, however, in what you believe, by your teams, higher teams, by the earth, by Gaia, and everything will come then towards you in a much more flowing way. And that's the moment when we're gonna realize that it can go much more fluid and easy, and it's not anymore that old system of survival, hard working, sacrificing, taking less than you deserve, not believing in yourself anymore, and through that being exhausted and not even knowing almost anymore what your dreams are. So I really, really hope that this came clear and simple across, and that this stream support and assist you, that even if you feel now like that I can't get out from where I am in, and you're almost, like I said, sluggish, or feeling you're glue on that spot or in that situation, work with the inner remembrance that that's just actually a lie, that you're unable, that something is too big for you to just follow, that something just can't be happening for you because it's just for, I don't know, chosen ones, etc. Believe that this is not really the truth, because you are source, and you would never say that about yourself, never feel like that about yourself. So know that this is something which was programmed into our mind, in our society, and it just was follow it, behave, and basically don't say anything about it. So again, I hope this helps, and I'm glad that I could share it with you, because it's really so much in this beautiful awakening process, revealing so much truth is coming up more and more within us. And you will see, push through, push more, because soon as well you are on that other side, which things will just so beautifully align for you. Believe in it, because the dream isn't gone. You are the one who are just activating it, and then just follow with your heart. So much love. And as promised as well, I'm gonna do now a little light code activation. So if you want to stay and receive it, you just give your yes, and either you have your eyes open or you close them, or you can place your hand onto your heart, and I will just see who is coming in now to support this process. And it's actually directly coming from source diamond frequency. So be open and just receive, as it's going to be like a shower, helping you to much more dissolve this sluggishness, this glue which makes you believe that you're unable to move. So in the highest, purest source name, to be now completely embraced in it, and you're also in this highest light, not just connected but as well protected. So I'm allowing only this highest, purest divinity codes coming in now. Pure diamond codes starting now to clear all what is meant to clear out of your thoughts, your emotions, your fields, your bodies, your organs, your nerve system. Yes, coming in as well, supporting the universal circle of all the dragon families. Universal means earthly and cosmic ones. Ikriya, Santrachleri, Tikinira, coming more in, more of these diamond frequencies to completely clear now, completely clear your field, your thoughts, as far as deep you are allowing it, even through all the layers of your body. Yes, and to completely dissolve all of this self-created and as well from the outer created, yes, bondings and shackles. You're free, beloved. You're free. Free to feel, free to dream big. To, yes, to free your heart and open the beautiful flame, the passion which is coming from Gaia. Allow Gaia as well to enter your field again by just stepping onto her ground and much more consciously connect with her. You have all the support you need in this. Free yourself by just choosing. And you're choosing by recognizing who you truly are. Going through your spine. All the dense blockages, energetic blockage, which made you even, yes, this sluggishness, this stopping you, not being able to move anymore, numbing you even, making you feel even, yes, faithless and hopeless. Coming beautiful rainbow plasma light around all your bodies, all your organs, all your nerve system, yes, all your blood system, yes, lymph system, yes, root system, haikusho, aura, haya tarakono o arekina. And complete align to the highest divine source guidance of your own self, Shiata Ana, to have clarity, to recognize self through the mirror of your own heart. Shana Haya Toro Klayata Sintanaya Ko Ra'a Teaka Korata Naheata. Make a few deep breaths and land back in your body, into your roots, into your life. Yes. And you can re-listen as often as you wish. And just feel back how really, really supported you are in this awakening. You're not forgotten. You're not really stuck. Just feel and believe. Remember again who you truly are. Much love from my heart to yours. Bye for now.